Crushing and falling in love are two distinct emotional experiences that people often encounter in romantic relationships. While they may share some similarities, they are characterized by different intensities, stages, and emotional dynamics. While both emotions are associated with romantic interest and attraction, they differ significantly in intensity, duration, and psychological impact. Before we move further, kindly like this video. Subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Number 1. Intensity. Crushing. A crush is typically a more superficial and fleeting attraction. It's often based on physical appearance, initial chemistry, or a limited understanding of the person. Desires can come and go relatively quickly. A more superficial or fleeting attraction often characterizes crushing. It tends to be intense but short-lived. When you have a crush on someone, you may feel infatuated with their appearance, personality, or a specific aspect of them. This infatuation can lead to intense daydreaming and idealization. Crushes are usually fierce but transient. The initial fixation can be overwhelmingly strong, but it often fades relatively quickly, especially if there isn't a genuine connection beyond the initial attraction. Crushes can shift to new people or dissipate as we get to know the person better and reality replaces our idealized fantasies. Falling in love. Falling in love is a much more intense emotional experience. It involves a profound emotional connection, a sense of vulnerability, and a willingness to invest time and effort in the relationship. Falling in love has the potential to endure for a much more extended period, sometimes even a lifetime. Love can evolve and deepen as you build a history together, face challenges, and grow as a couple. It is a complex and changing emotion that can withstand the test of time. Love tends to be more enduring and stable over time. It grows and deepens as individuals get to know each other better, often evolving into a long-term, committed relationship. The intensity of love remains relatively consistent, fluctuating less dramatically compared to infatuation. Number 2. Emotional investment. Crushing. Crushing often involves a one-sided emotional investment. You may find yourself daydreaming about your crush, but the emotional connection is not necessarily reciprocated. It can be a solitary experience, focusing primarily on your feelings rather than building a mutual relationship. Crushing, on the other hand, is an intense but often short-lived infatuation or attraction towards someone. It is typically based on surface-level appeal, idealized perceptions, and a limited understanding of the person. Crushes can be based on physical appearance, personality traits, or a specific behavior that captures our attention. Physical sensations like butterflies in your stomach or nervousness are common when you're around or thinking about your crush. This can be both thrilling and unsettling. Crushing on someone often comes with a sense of hope and optimism. Imagine a future where you're with that person, which can boost your overall mood. You might find yourself daydreaming about your crush, imagining scenarios where you're together, or simply relishing being close to them. It's a form of escapism into a world where everything seems perfect. Falling in love. Falling in love requires a mutual emotional investment. Both individuals in the relationship contribute to the emotional bond. Love involves reciprocity, trust, and vulnerability. It's a shared experience that deepens as both partners invest time and effort into the relationship. Falling in love is a deep emotional attachment characterized by intense feelings of affection, care, and a strong desire to build a lasting, meaningful relationship. It often involves understanding the other person's needs, supporting their goals, and fostering a sense of partnership and companionship. Falling in love often involves a strong emotional attachment to the person you love. This attachment can lead to feelings of happiness, contentment, and a sense of security when you're with that person. Love often requires individuals to be vulnerable and open with their emotions. This vulnerability can be scary, as it involves the risk of getting hurt or rejected. However, it's an essential part of building a deep emotional connection. Number 3. Realism versus idealization. Crushing. Crushes often involve idealization, where you see the person of interest through a rose-colored lens, ignoring their flaws and imperfections. This idealized perception can lead to disappointment when you realize the person is not as perfect as you initially thought. Realism involves seeing your crush for who they truly are, both their positive and negative qualities. It acknowledges that everyone has flaws and imperfections, including your crush. Realism allows for a more balanced and grounded perspective on the person you're interested in. Idealization is placing your crush on a pedestal, focusing primarily on their positive qualities while downplaying or ignoring their flaws. It often involves daydreaming and creating an idealized image of the person in your mind. Idealization can lead to intense infatuation and strong emotional reactions. Falling in love. Love, while still involving attraction and positive feelings, is grounded in a more realistic understanding of the other person. You acknowledge their strengths and weaknesses and accept them as they are. Love can grow stronger as you navigate challenges together, reinforcing the bond. Realism in the context of falling in love acknowledges that love is a complex and multifaceted emotion that is subject to various factors, including individual personalities, circumstances, and personal growth. Realism acknowledges that individuals are not perfect, and neither is love. People come with flaws, baggage, and insecurities, and relationships often involve compromise and understanding. The idealized view of falling in love often portrays it as a magical, almost transcendent experience. In this perspective, love is seen as an all-encompassing force transcending human flaws and challenges. Love is portrayed as a fairy tale, with a focus on intense emotions, grand gestures, and the idea of soulmates. Idealization often overlooks imperfections in favor of an idealized version of the loved one, sometimes leading to unrealistic expectations. Love is depicted as an overwhelming, all-consuming emotion that can conquer all obstacles and difficulties. Number 4. Long-term commitment crushing. Crushing typically does not lead to a long-term commitment. It is more about the initial attraction and infatuation rather than building a lasting partnership. Crushes can be more impulsive and fleeting, often driven by immediate attraction or infatuation. They may lack the depth and commitment necessary for a long-term relationship, as they are based on a more superficial understanding of the person. Falling in love. Falling in love often paves the way for long-term commitment, such as marriage or a lifelong partnership. Love provides the emotional foundation for a deep and enduring connection. Love usually requires emotional maturity, dedication, and a willingness to navigate challenges and conflicts. It involves compromise, communication, and a genuine desire to invest time and effort into a relationship's growth and stability. Emotional intimacy is the foundation of any long-term commitment. It's about feeling a strong bond and connection with your partner. This connection often involves trust, vulnerability, and a deep understanding of each other's feelings. Both partners should be committed to making the relationship work in the long term. This means investing time, effort, and compromise when necessary to overcome challenges. Spending quality time together is essential for nurturing your connection. This can include activities you both enjoy and simply being present and engaged with each other. Depth of connection, falling in love. Love involves a profound emotional, intellectual, and spiritual connection. It requires understanding and accepting a person's strengths and weaknesses, supporting them through challenges, and working together to build a life. Love is about embracing the entirety of an individual. Emotional intimacy is a critical component of deep love. It involves sharing your thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities with your partner, and feeling a sense of trust and closeness. How well you and your partner communicate and connect emotionally can influence the depth of emotional connection. Chemistry and passion can contribute to the intensity of the relationship. Feeling truly seen and heard by your partner is essential in building a solid bond. Crushing. Crushes are typically more superficial. They are often based on limited interactions or observations, focusing on specific aspects of the person we find appealing. In a crush, we may not honestly know the person's complexities, and our feelings may be based on projections and assumptions. A more profound crush often involves a strong emotional connection. You may feel a sense of intimacy and emotional resonance with the person, even if you haven't spent much time with them. This can involve feelings of happiness, longing, and empathy. Sometimes, crushes can be more about idealized fantasies rather than a genuine connection with a real person. It's important to distinguish between the two and pursue genuine connections. Physical attraction is often a crush component, but its significance can vary. Some crushes are primarily driven by physical attraction, while others may involve a more robust emotional or intellectual connection. That's all for today. What do you think about this video? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel before you go.